founder of Girl Got Faith, and she's doing an amazing job with all that she's doing with her team. And so Emma, tell us a bit about that, just to recap for those that don't know, and then also for those that do, just to remind them.
So do you mean like what Girl Got Faith is?
Yeah.
Girl Got Faith is basically an online platform. So we've got a website with lots of articles and everything, and people are writing in there congrats on the first book. So we've just announced that we're going to be releasing a book.
Okay. Oh
wow! So exciting.
Yeah.
So that all got confirmed today. So we agreed the book deal today. So we're predominantly an online brand. So we've got articles, and our Instagram account is like a lot of scripture and quotes and encouragement. But the book will kind of be bringing all of that into something that someone can hold and look at.
Okay, so first question. What does faith mean to you?
For me, I think faith is like everything. It's not just it's not like a one day a week thing. It's not like a just going to church thing, but it's like your whole lifestyle, the core of where your values come from. It's, what you go to when times are tough. What you say thank you for when times are good. It's kind of like just a part of your everyday life all the time.
That is so good.
My life.
That is good. I like the way how you just said faith is a lifestyle. That has to be pinned right there. Guys, catch that. Or girls, everyone, just catch that. Faith is a lifestyle. I love it. Has there been a time when you had to really trust in God?
It's more like in the everyday of life, when life is going really good, and then you're like, oh, like life is amazing, everything's fantastic, everything's going like I want it to go. But then when you have that thought in the back of your head where you're like, I know that it can't be like this forever, like something's gonna go wrong,
it's gonna happen.
And then that first moment when like one thing goes wrong, when you feel like you're like in perfection for however many hours or however long it lasts, and then you get to that point where you're like, oh man. And I think that is when your faith is like challenged the most in a way. It's like when you have that first step out of stuff being really good to stuff being challenging, and like, sometimes like if you're in a situation where there's like a shock or I don't know, just something really unexpected, I think that can be when our faith is really tested. But I think it's important to just lean on God in every situation and through your everyday life.
Do you think it's easy to trust in God at this time for people? So do you think people find it easy to trust in him when with all this like pandemic and the corona?
Well, I don't know. I guess like everybody is going through completely different situations at the moment. But I would say like if you look generically and as a whole, you would probably say that actually it's hard to trust God right now for the majority of people. I think simply because people's livelihoods are being taken away, people are losing loved ones, and life just doesn't feel normal as we know it. And I think there's a lot of uncertainty, and I think when we're used to living such like routine lives and we all know what's happening every day, and we know the weekend, and like we just know where we stand. Whereas I think when everything is so uncertain, that can be really, really challenging. And I think it's hard to trust God when you feel like it's kind of come out of nowhere, or you think like, oh God, why haven't you protected my family, or why haven't you protected my job, or and then you see other people who are doing absolutely fine, and it's unfair, and it actually is unfair. So I think it is hard. But then on the other hand, I think in a way, for some people, this period of time has actually really been able to build their faith and their trust in God, because they've had more time to just stop and relax and rest and really like dig into God and pray again and read their Bibles again and just reconnect.
Yeah, just as you said, like having to kind of just lean on God now, isn't it? And just to kind of put your faith into action at this time, because it's like we're all on a standstill and it's all of us. So it's like, okay, Jesus, we don't know, but let's, step out and see by trusting in you. Another question, what do you do to keep your faith levels up?
I think like for me, it depends what kind of person you are, but for me, I find that when I'm in like a really good mood or like life is good, I find it really easy to be like faith filled and like strong in my faith and trusting God and encouraging people and whatever. So I think it's like in those moments I need to invest that like positivity and that joy so basically in those moments reading my Bible loads and writing down scriptures and sticking it on the wall and putting little like words of encouragement in my phone that will pop up as reminders and doing that stuff when you're feeling good, so that in the moments that do catch you off guard, or when you are feeling down, or when you are having like a bad season or whatever it is that you're going through, that actually you have those like ready-made things that you've done for yourself. And I think that can really help you have more of a constant stream of faith, rather than just like life is good so I'm happy and I can trust God, and then life is rubbish so nothing else to do. And so I think it kind of maybe could help even out life a little bit,
like and we've got to be real, and like we're all, you know, we have our emotions, and it can be tough sometimes. Like I know even for me, I've really had to, and I could put it up on a post, I've had to push myself to really like keep on going, you know, by going back to like what God says, and then you know, saying that over myself, or whether it's a ton of things in one go to listen to one after the other just to get me going.
I read in this book once about like you make this like circle, so like you literally draw a little circle, and then inside that first circle you write like who are the people who you would literally just call no matter like what, but like they would be your first like emergency call, and they're the people that are like your main people that you lean on. And then you can do another circle around the edge, and it's like who else is on that, but they're like once removed in a way, or like you wouldn't necessarily go to them first, but they're still there to support you. And then you can like make that circle bigger and bigger, and like you keep on adding. And when you do that, you realize that you really like aren't alone, and that there are people that you can call on. But I think sometimes if you're in a situation of like panic or stress, or you're going through something, you can like kid yourself into thinking that you're on your own. But actually like if you have that as like a visual reminder that there are people around you, you'll kind of know who to go to for situations.
Would you say to someone wanting to take a faith step?
I think like the first time doing anything it's not going to be your best. So it's like when people want to like start a YouTube channel or whatever, it's like your first video is always going to be rubbish. And you might think it's good at the time, but you'll probably look back and be like, oh no, I can't believe it. But actually everyone has a first, and that's fine, and just get that first one out of the way, and then you're on a roll and you'll be fine. So it's kind of like just like they call it eating the frog, don't they? Like doing the hardest thing first. And so it's like take that big step and just do it, and then you've done the first bit, and that's the hardest. And I think I always try and encourage myself with that. And I think as well, like there's that quote where it's like if your life was exactly the same in 10 years as it is right now, would you be happy? And I think you look and you're like, oh well, of course not, because I'm happy with my life now, but I want to stay the same forever. Like you want to progress. With progression comes change and comes steps of faith and things that you're going to need to do to be uncomfortable. So I think just reminding yourself that actually if you don't do it, well, that's fine, you're going to just be exactly where you are now.
There's nothing to lose, isn't it? It's like, okay, Jesus, I'm going to trust you and I'm going to take that step.